Niches. Oh, do you need them? Do you not need them? Should you niche down to just one topic on your feed and be the super expert in it? Or do you think you need to expand to a little bit more? Today's episode, I'm proving to you, you already have the secret ingredients that you need, and I'm going to show you how to find them in under 5 minutes. Okay, so I had this thought when I was making coffee this morning, and I wanted to share it with you, kind of bounce it off the wall. So when you are a brand on Instagram, do you make your brand all about you and what you do? Are you choosing to show up as the expert, or are you choosing to show up as the expert and yourself? Because when I step back, Amie, the photographer, is a very different person than Amie, the mom, the wife, the friend. Does that make sense? And if I'm only showing up as a photographer and I'm only showing up like wear this for your photo shoot, take photos here, pose ideas, there's a lot there that I can work with, but I'm finding that my audience doesn't connect as well, and I don't book as many clients when I'm just showing up as the expert. So what I'm trying to get to is I think it's really important for you to show up as an expert. That should be your nucleus. Ooh, idea. Okay, back in 3rd grade, Miss Woodward taught me how to brainstorm. So we had this big old whiteboard and we made a nucleus. In the middle is a circle. That's me. That's me as Amie, the photographer, because that's what my Instagram is about, right? And we're going to brainstorm off of it. We're going to add topics that also relate to me as Amie, the person. So you're going to find a bubble that's like, I love to cook. I love coffee. I love my family. You know, things like that. Maybe you like pickleball. Maybe you're into traveling. These are great little support characters for your main character, you. So I want you to start kind of adding in, pretend like you're cooking. You're making bread, your brand. But we also need these special little ingredients that make you different from somebody else who does what you do. So as a photographer, there's so many other brand photographers out there, but it's these special little ingredients that my audience gets to know that make me and make them like they're either going to like me or they're not based off of these special little ingredients. So I'll make a reel with my husband, and that kind of allows my audience to see me outside of my studio doing something fun that I'm happy. This is who I am when I'm not behind the camera. I also love to make coffee. As you can tell, my glass is empty. No bueno. So sometimes I like to make reels just showing myself making coffee or like sharing a recipe that I love because maybe my ideal client likes coffee too. I mean, you don't have to. I still love you, obviously. But if you liked coffee, that's just something else besides photography that I can share with you. And so I think you need to step back, grab a piece of paper, and think about this today. If you really want to set yourself apart from somebody else who does what you do, what are your special ingredients? What can you add to your feed that's just different than somebody else that does what you do? Because I promise you, your audience wants to know you better. They want to know your secret ingredients. Do you have a dog? Is she your world? Share her. People want to know her personality. I promise your clients want to know about your dog. They want to know what you like. People really enjoy building that know, like, trust, which I'm sure you've heard of. Everybody knows about know, like, trust. If you don't, send me a DM on Instagram, and I will personally send you a video talking to you, explaining know, like, trust. Because people want to know you, they want to like you, and they want to trust you. That makes sense. Oh my God, Amie, you're such a dork. Thank you. Also, I want to say for being here and listening to my ramblings, because it's kind of hard sometimes when I have all these thoughts and I don't have anybody to share them with. I'm like, just honestly, I wrote it down on the back of a bill and I was like, do you need niches? No and yes. And I wrote down all these thoughts and I'm like, I need to get this out because people need to hear this. I'm like, don't overcomplicate things. Just be your brand, do what you do, whether you are in real estate and you sell houses, you're a hairdresser, you are a lawyer. Like, there's so many things that you can be doing, but there's those special ingredients that you need to be adding in. So don't just niche down and try to be the boss expert of your brand, because I promise you, there's always somebody that knows more, is better than you, stronger than you, faster than you. Like, we know this. We know this. You can push to be the best. That's fine. But there's always going to be somebody that's better than you. And what's going to make you different in your client's eyes are your special ingredients. So I would like for you today, if you're standing in pickup line, if you're grocery shopping, sitting on the toilet, because we all do it at some point, take a few minutes and think, what are my special ingredients? How can I incorporate them into my feed? Because like I said, if you love your dog, start looking up a couple dog reels and maybe see if you can reenact those yourself and put your own spin on them with your dog. People will love it. I promise you. When you start giving them something different, your views are going to go up. Your likes. I just did a reel with my husband. Gosh, I didn't know how it was going to go, honestly. I'm being honest with you, because I do post a lot of like behind the scenes videos when I'm shooting, and people like those. But I shot a video with my husband in our backyard 2 days ago. And normally, like, my real views have sucked. And I think people are getting bored. But I shot that video and I shared it. And like instantly 6,000 views. Instantly. It was short. So it like relapsed a lot. It was funny. So there were points to it, I think, why it got the views. But I also think people really enjoyed it. I got the most comments because it got a reaction out of people. They thought it was hilarious that my husband just basically slammed and kidnapped me. It was, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's on my feed under 20 years. Yeah, it's our 20 year anniversary video. It's pretty funny. Check it out. Also, come say hi to me on Instagram and let me know in my DMs that you're listening to my podcast and it like makes a difference, because that's going to keep me going. I want to keep going, but I want to also feel like I'm providing you value as a friend, because like, who else do you have to talk to about this stuff? And if you feel like you need someone to talk to, I am here. Thank you again. I will catch you on the next one.